Hey guys, this is SMD for Screw Loose Gaming. So, as you can see, this video is going to be me detailing the changes for the 4.3 Death Knight. So this will probably involve the Blood, the Frost, Unholy, and different effects of other classes that may change our class. So just to let you know, all information is currently not set in stone because it is the PTR, which means that this information could change at any time, as Blizzard tend to do. So moving on. There we go. We're finally on the right page now. So Death Knight 4.3 changes. So the new information on the Death Knight set bonus is out. The Blood 2 piece, as you can see, when an attack drops your blood 35% health, one of your blood runes will immediately activate and convert into a death rune for up to the next 20 seconds. This is pretty good because I guess you can use it to like heal yourself or check on pop a cooldown or something if you don't have the rune to do it. The Blood 4 piece set, your Vampiric Blood ability also affects all players and raid members for 50% of the effect it has on you. This is pretty amazing because I've been in those raid conditions where the whole raid is taking a shitload of damage and people are trying to keep you up, and things happen. So the fact that the DK, if the DK is not taking too much damage from the boss, but the raid's taking a lot of damage from AoE, then the DK can pop his cooldown to help out his raid, which is, I like that. It's quite nice. It's a nice bonus for the Blood 4-piece set. The DPS set for 2-piece. Sudden Doom has a 30% chance and Rhyme has a 60% chance to grant 2 charges when triggered instead of 1. Not too sure about this because like I pop Rhyme when it's up, but usually it's like if Rhyme's up, but I've got, because I play Frost, so if I've got Rhyme up but I've got Frost Strike on because of Killing Machine proc, I'm not going to use the Rhyme, I'm going to use the Killing Machine proc. And if I get another Killing Machine proc, I'm going to use that, but by then my Rhyme might have dropped off, so it's not the best. It's situational. It's down to the fact that are you going to get Killing Machine procs or whatnot. But for Unholy, it'll be a lot better because Sudden Doom allows you to pop 2. Well, if you think about it, you can throw 2 death coils, which means that you're going to get your ghoul transformation a lot faster as well. So it's a big up for Unholy, not much for Frost. The DPS 4-piece bonus is the Runic Empowerment has a 25% chance, and Runic Corruption has a 40% chance to also grant 710 mastery. So this 4-piece bonus, I don't know how good it is for Unholy because, you know, it's basically they're just getting haste. So, well, not haste, sorry. They're getting, all they're going to get basically is damage for their diseases, which is pretty shit, to be honest. But for Frost, it's amazing considering we're going to get a massive boost. That's going to boost your Frost damage by about 15-16%. So you got your trinket that increases it, your AOK trinket, the apparatus of Chasgraph. So you got that one. If you time that with a 4-piece set, I mean, you could probably get up to 100% Frost damage, which is pretty insane. So yeah, I'm looking forward to that if I do go back to raiding. So the Death Knight Blood changes. This is the freaking craziness of Blizzard right here. So all these changes here make an already overpowered class more overpowered. So I know they've changed most of these for PvE, but you have to look at a PvP aspect as well. The PvP aspect of these is quite crazy if you think about it. So Death Strike now refunds health even if the attack misses or is parried or dodged. Okay, on the PvE aspect, that means they don't have to stack as much hit, and it's going to be easy to heal them because they're healing themselves more, which is good. On the PvP aspect, it's fucking crazy because basically, if a rogue pops evasion or someone pops freaking a cooldown to stop you from hitting them, or you know, I don't know, if it's like anything that you hit now, you'll be able to heal yourself off. If you miss it, you hit it, it parries, it dodges, you'll be able to heal yourself. So a DK that's already on like low health in like arena and he's against a rogue and a rogue pops his evasion, he can heal himself off that rogue, Why that rogue has to run around trying to keep himself alive, which is kind of crazy. So, and it's also good if you think about it, for DK tanks in RBGs. They're going to be able to keep themselves up a lot more. Veteran of the Third War. Now he also reduces the cooldown of Outbreak by 30 seconds. In PvE aspect, great. Means that you will be able to put your diseases on a lot more. You won't have to monitor them as much as you used to, which means that you're going to have a lot more threat, I guess. For PvP aspect, it's not that good, to be honest. I mean, it just means that you're going to be able to put your diseases on that target every 30 seconds and don't have to really refresh them or monitor them. Abominations might. This is an across-the-board thing. Paladins got it. Shamans got it. DK's got it. So they've basically boosted melee attack power. So Abominations might used to give 5 to 10% if you put points in it. Now it gives 10 and 20%. So across the board, it's 10% upgrade on all DKs, all melee classes basically. In a PvE aspect of this, great. It's going to give DK tanks more threat. It's also going to give the raid more damage if you're taking a heavy melee raid group. But in a PvP aspect, it just means that blood DKs are going to hit a lot harder than they already do with an extra 10% attack power. Of course, when they build that vengeance up, they also hit very, very hard, so that 10% attack power is going to break off of that, and it's going to be quite devastating when one of those guys hits you. I'm thinking of a situation where it's like Raid Battleground, when you got 4 or 5 people beating on you, trying to get the flag off you. You're building up that vengeance. You've got this on. You're going to be able to help your group out by taking people out in the flag room just by having that much vengeance and the bonus attack power. Blade Barrier. It's been revamped and is now simpler. It's basically, you used to have to have all your runes on cooldown before you took 6% less damage. Now you take a straight 6% less damage from all sources. So PvE aspect, amazing talent. It means that you're going to take less damage. You're going to be able to basically tank better. You're not going to take as much damage. You're not going to need much healing. So it's good for PvE. PvP, again, it's crazy. For the flag carrying and the tanking in RBGs, it's another 6% less damage without you even having to get your blood runes on cooldown. A lot of DK tanks will even notice that the best thing about this is from running from one end to the other, you'll take less damage because you're not trying to hit people to get your blood runes off cooldown when you're running from one end to the other. While you're in the flag room, it's pretty much going to be the same as if you didn't have that talent, because you'll already be using your blood runes to heal yourself off other people. My favorite one though, Bone Shield. Bone Shield now has 6 charges up from 4. If you guys remember back in the day, there was a glyph that did this, that increased your shield from 3 to 5, I think it was, or 4 to 5. So now they've just increased it in the talent tree, which is crazy, because every time you have one of these charges up, you take 20% less damage. And you deal 2% more damage, which now means in a PvE aspect that you're going to take a lot less damage for 2 extra hits, which again, that is a good thing. I mean, Bone Shield these days is usually used as a cooldown management. Like, if a boss is going to do a massive attack, you pop your Bone Shield and you're going to take 20% less damage. And if you think about it, it's 20% less damage for 6 attacks, which is crazy. I mean, what other tank has like an ability to reduce the 20% damage? I mean, they have like a 20% damage over 10 seconds or 15 seconds. We have 6 hits, which is crazy, because if they miss, parry, or dodge one of those hits, then we still get one of our charges left over. Not to mention that you have 2% more attack power now for an extra 2 charges, which means that you're gonna have a lot more threat during that period. For a PvP aspect, again, for the tanking, it's crazy. That means they have to hit you 2 more times to reduce your damage by 20%. It's a great cooldown to use when you're being hammered and you have no other cooldowns left and they're just raping you. You just pop your Bone Shield and you try and stay alive. Also, it gives you 2% more extra damage, which is really great when you're using it against oncoming attackers and such. So that's going to be an amazing talent. So Blood DKs, as you can see, are getting buffed, which is mental considering I already thought they were overpowered to begin with. People were like complaining they couldn't kill a Blood DK one-on-one before. You are never going to drop a Blood DK one-on-one anymore. Ever. You're just not going to kill him. So the Frost, my sort of area, nothing buff wise, other than the fact that if you look from the Paladins and the Shamans, we get 10% extra from Blessing of Might. So basically that means that if you're in a raid group or you're in an arena or an RBG group with a Paladin and you get buffed, you're gaining an extra 10% attack power. So basically, Frosty kids do get a buff in this this patch for the fact that they're getting Blessing of Might and an extra 10% attack power. But of course, it's situational if you're in the group with the other people. So yeah, the phone just rang. Forget that. So Howling Blast now scales from 44% and 22% of attack power down from 48% and 24% of attack power, which basically means that it's currently a nerf for Howling Blast. So moving on. So finally we come to the last part of this section. That was pretty much all the changes that have been done with the DKs. As you can see on the screen right now, there are new armor sets for the Season 10 PvP armor. The tier armor for the PvE aspect is not out yet. It's not on the PTR, so no one's actually seen what we look like. We kind of look like a I don't know, it's like a warrior mixed with some of the old DK armor, but it does look pretty awesome. I like it. I like the shoulders, I like the head. The head, I mean, we're always having horns. I mean, if you've noticed, DKs have pretty much had horns through when we started all the way to now. So it comes in green. I'm not too sure which one of these will be the normal. Then you've got the 2.2k, and you got the blood set, the 2.2k, and whatever. I mean, I'm not entirely sure which color goes with which. So the red one looks awesome. So I'm presuming that's the 2.2k rated one. And of course, then it also comes in a nice blue if you like blue. So guys, those are all the 4.3 changes up to date as of today. If there are any more changes, I'll try and give you an update on the video. But guys, thanks for watching, and if you can, don't forget to click the subscribe button at the end of this video. Thanks again, guys, and I'm out. Bye bye.